and you're watching Pro Teaches News. Ooh, is somebody talking about pros? Not that kind of pro. See you there.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches News. Today with me, Pika.
Ja heippa taas.
And we are wrapping up our Kingdom Come coverage with the most recent connection to it. Return the Kingdom Come. As we follow up from the last arc with Boy Thunder. As Superman's going to find out where David has ended up. But then he ends up, years have passed for David. And this is set before Kingdom Come. So we get a lot more context as we also see how Mark would handle Gog in this world. Now, keep in mind, this is, I think, they don't make it clear if this is just the one true Gog now, or if this is just another Gog. They never really make that clear, especially given what happens.
Niin. Oli sitten vaan, like I said in the Thai Kingdom Come video, like maybe it is the same, but splintered into multiple entities, like with
Possibly.
Countdown did to the damn monitors.
I do love how Mark Waid's going to be, like he keeps up with what Alex Ross set up and Jeff Johns set up. But yeah, we open up with the Flash. My name is Barry Allen. Yada yada yada.
Yaka.
Yep, and look at all the different multiverses. Even Flashpoint.
Yee.
Flashpoint.
In a hyper time sense, it would make point of view. It would make sense.
Well, timeline. But yeah, just look at all. Even Batman Year 100.
You.
Or that's Batman of Berlin. One of the two.
Either or.
But then he sees the one world, and he says, like, yeah. He then shows up. We see they call themselves Villainy Inc. Hello. No use, guys. I can't raise Wonder Woman on the comms. Looks like we're about to lay into her rogues gallery without her. Also a plan. Flash, you look worried. What's up? News that's good news, news that's good, news that's bad. Superman, your psychic, the kid who vanished into the multiverse a few months back, Boy Thunder, I finally found him. Oh, thank God. Flash, I knew you would. I don't know what to say. Let me finish. I found him. But something is terribly wrong. As we get a summary of what had happened before.
Flashback recap.
Yep. You all right? I'm just thinking. Flash? Right. As I said, I saw only fleeting glimpses of David. Millions of a second. But judging by his unique vibrational signature, it was definitely him. And he was menaced by something. Someone unfamiliar to me. He needs you. I built a modified cosmic treadmill that should phase you into what I've designated Earth 22. The treadmill is really designed to carry me through time rather than dimensions. So you may experience some temporal displacement at first. But I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This design is unrefined. There's a chance you could end up landing anywhere in the multiverse. Are you sure about this? No Earth can afford to lose a Superman or a Batman. We're sure. I promise I find David, and I never lie. End of the line. Apparently so. At least we made it in one piece. Did we? Something's off. We're still not fully in vibrational sync with our surroundings. Where, David, you're a man now. But I'd recognize you anywhere. Clark, I don't think he can hear us. Besides, he's paying attention to something else. It's us. Versions of us. Older, like David. Who's in the... My God. Ted. Kara. Ray. They're Earth 22 equivalents at least. Our counterparts must be devastated. Imagine laying not just one, but three of our friends to rest. Clark, look around.
Humangestus. That's not even a word. That's
but here it looks like Dick died? Wait a second.
Niin, nyt menee kyllä vähän liian...
Yeah, he lived before. I guess he's looking at
he's overwriting
the kingdom.
Where?
What in God's name happened here? What could have possibly taken out so many? So many. Great Krypton! On where? Steady. And Barry warned us we might experience some sort of temporal displacement. We're back to being flesh and blood. Same Earth now, only a few years ahead of our time. In fact, there's the Keller of this reality. Maybe he can tell us about David. Let's introduce us. Not yet. He might not be as accommodating as you tend to be. My instincts tell me that we ought to lie low for a while, at least until we learn more about Earth 22. For all we know, this Earth past is only a mere echo of our own. We need to find someplace safe to sit and think, inconspicuously. Do a little surveillance and tell me. Think our money's good here? Planet Krypton. Now this is where we make it very clear where this is. See, there's a difference here, and there are differences. Ever hear of a hero named Booster Gold? Can't say as I have, at least not yet. Why do you ask? Apparently he's the owner. Seems to think a lot of himself. So this is before even Booster showed up.
Yeah, Booster didn't show up until
the Titans. And yet, apparently they had the merging incident in the first arc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right here?
Yeah, I recognize that. I didn't actually... Did I read through it or did I skim through it? I might need to do a reread on my own.
Yeah, because clearly he has a bigger trophy room than you and I put together, and he wants the world to know. He also assumes the Batman of this world won't flatter him for naming a dish the Crepe Crusader. Steak, medium rare. Just coffee for me. I'm uncomfortable just sitting here. Barry got the sense that David was under some sort of threat. But when exactly? In his future? In fact, he's sporting some serious scars. So apparently those scars weren't permanent from Joker, just a tease. Oh, I know this. Try not to over-concern yourself until we know more. Just tell me when you spot him. If the Superman here is anything like mine, David found a guardian just as protective. That's a comfort, at least. He still needs to know I'd never abandon him. You're the last person in the world who should ever worry about leaving a bad impression. Have you given much thought to what you're going to do with him once he comes back? Where he's going to live? He stayed at Clark Kent's place while Superman went out of town. You're right. That's not a long-term solution. You can't legally adopt him. The only way I was able to take Dick on as my ward was through the power of the Wayne name and some strategic donations and endowments. I'm rich. I can bend the rules. You're a bachelor with a small apartment, a modest salary, and you're rarely home. That's not what they call a stable environment. And Child Protective Service will be watching Clark Kent like a hawk. Point? Trust me. Even with my resources, I went through that for a long time. Don't sweat it. It's so solvable. Maybe this Superman's already figured it out. What? Stop assuming he and I are the same. We're not. Bruce, I can't get that cemetery out of my mind. How protective, how dedicated is a Superman who could ever let that happen? That happen. We don't know the specifics. I don't need. Again, the fact this is younger Superman condemning him, whereas and different context too. He has no context. Where at least the other Superman's hearing this, but not hear it, but not see it. In Thy Kingdom Come.
Yeah. Different Supermen have different lives, and not to mention some villains that the younger versions have not faced until they're older. They don't have the imagination. Some of them don't have the imagination to think that they might.
So, as far as he would think, the only way this would happen is if Superman let it happen, which he did. Again, we do.
Too late.
Right. We don't know the specifics. I don't need to. He obviously failed to save his friends. Will fail. That's unacceptable. Again, we do not know Yes? Well, and while we've been talking, I just skimmed through their Justice League casebook, as well as a few encyclopedias. There is one other difference between our Earths, and given our situation, it's particularly ironic. I can't find a single reference anywhere to parallel worlds. Bruce, no one on Earth 22 has ever heard of the multiverse, which is true. Especially by this point. How could that? Hang on. But yeah, basically, in other words, David's here, but he never told them. And where are the hostages? Tell me. And what I should just surrender to Sunderman? Are you kidding? I saw what you did to Clark Ho and Poseidon. Anna Master, right? We have one of you at home too. Let go. We have one of you at home too. Let go of him. Cute. But I'm in Metropolis. I came loaded for bear. Know why I kidnapped a bunch of brilliant scientists? Know what they taught me? How to create kryptonite? Too bad they didn't teach you how to hold your breath. Superman, hold on, I've got this. Oh, wait, don't. Last chance, where are they? Enter the LexCorp Tower. Stop. That's enough. The danger has passed. The danger has passed. You could have killed her. Another one of those lectures. Great. Spare me the... Wait, we have one of you at home? Superman, you're younger. Batman, I remember that costume. It is you. Is it really you, Clark? It's so good to see you again, David. We've missed you all this time. I'd given up hope that this day would ever come. I'm so glad you're finally here. I've been waiting years for this moment. Oh crap! He's resented them. Oh boy, and then this.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it ended well, at least.
Well-ishly. Some reviewers have still managed to find some,
of course,
flaws from it. Like just some guy, for example.
Just some guy. Never mind. I'm Batman, Superman. You abandoned me, forgot about me, left me to fend for myself on a whole new earth. David, no, we didn't. Liar! I don't believe you. No one will believe you. I'll make sure of that. Oh, you two have no idea what you're in for in this world. They're called sleep pods, Mr. Kent, and imported from Japan. First ones in Metropolis, exclusively at Mortimer's Coffee. My customers could use them to catch a quick nap whenever they need to recharge. Tell your readers they're surprisingly comfortable. Care to try it out? I do like how you see the hint of gray, but not the full gray.
Yeah, and kind of sleek hair.
Yeah.
Gives that old age maturity also.
Yep. Wait, and still, and they don't have him have the ponytail. Care to try it out? Gee, I'd love to, but I'm a little claustrophobic. Oh, why not? Attaboy. See it for yourself. But you have to zip out of there. In the Batwing? Really? And look around you, Master Bruce. I'm afraid Mongol left nothing undamaged. During yesterday's rampage, thank God for your friends in the Justice League. The experimental flight suit Lucius has been working on. How's that coming? Hard to say, sir. It's yet to be tested. Well, let's give it for a spin. That's enough, David.
Excuse.
Yep. First things first. We need to move this discussion out of a popular area. You got the drop on me earlier. I'll admit, but no more. Help! I'm under attack. No one can hear you, David. Wrong! I should have predicted that. Listen, I know what this looks like. What? It looks like you're assaulting a friend of mine. I'm, what? From outer space? Kandor? You seem to have Kryptonian powers. Who are you? Not an enemy. You have to understand. It's a trick, Superman. Whoever he is, he's lying. You saw it yourself. He tried to murder me, and he told me I was only the first to die. We're all in danger. Superman, can you hear me? What's going on with David? I told you earlier I can't put my finger on it, but there's something in the air that gives me a bad feeling. Let me be that something. Because I don't tolerate imposters. I'm not spare me. I don't care what, and if you're Clayface or a white Martian or just some masochist with a bat fetish. There's only one of me, and that's plenty. Thunderman, stay back. Let me deal with him. So you are capable of protecting someone. What's that supposed to mean? You'll see. Oh, no, you don't. And that's your plan? A lead mine? Are you planning on hiding from me? Even if I can't see you, I can hear you. Counting on it. Batman, I've lost sight of David. Has he returned? Batman, does anyone in this world have brains and patience enough to reason? We're evenly matched. Our combat strategies are identical. What does that tell you? That you're not Clayface. He moves like a damn elephant. And I'm banking on a telepath myself. Dick? A telepath. Good guess, Nightwing. A telepath. Good guess, Nightwing. Still, I'll neither confirm nor deny my real name, dude. If it's all the same to you. Oh, that should hold him. I think you meant to say, thanks, pal. You're the best partner a crime fighter could have. Prying compliments out of you is exhausting. And definitely, Dick. Where'd you get this? I'm a bit of a pack rat. Took it from her, and that I'm merely restraining you should clear me of any suspicion. And so now let's start fresh. My Superman and I mean no harm. We're here for boy Thunderman. Don't listen to him. He may look like you, but trust me, he's a stone cold killer. Take your time, why don't you? I'm not in the mood, Bruce. And take your time, why don't you? Not in the mood, Bruce. Their Superman hits as hard as I do, maybe even harder. We need to regroup. I'm at the Kent farm. It's where I come to think. Wouldn't your parents want you to know why? Not on this earth, so they did die early.
Or just to natural causes.
Right, that's what I meant. My God, this Superman. How can you pretend to care about people and then Clark, calm down. I've never seen you like this. I'm sorry. It just makes my blood boil that someone with our gifts could be so irresponsible. Clark, focus. You're never at your best when you're angry. Why don't we retreat to our Earth temporarily while we strategize? Not an option. David's attack fried the Flash's return device. It's as if things weren't bad enough. We're stuck here, at least for now. Then we'll rely on detective work. Keep your eye on David. Follow him. We need to know and find out what turned him so drastically. What do you see? What's he saying? I'm sorry I'm late. Mine got away as well. We're 0 for 2. Unacceptable. David, these imposters generally seem to know you. You're certain there's nothing you're not telling us? Guys, come on. You've known me from day one. My parents and I came straight to you for help when that accident gave me my powers. We've always trusted one another. Oh, God, rework things, I bet. Gave him his parents.
Yeah.
Parents? Accident? What's he talking about? His whole world died. David God's ability crossing from parallel Earths to ours. Facts. And he's desperately trying to hide from for some reason. You said earlier that this world doesn't know about the multiverse. So why is David so determined to keep it a secret? And he's coming. He'll have the answers. He always does. Praise be to the way and the light. Praise be to the stars above and the earth below. Praise be to Gog. My lord, there's a great and mysterious evil loose on this planet. Well, we beg your forgiveness that we have thus far been unable to curtail it. No matter, young David. I'm aware the situation is being attended to. Who is that? He is the giver of life, and we are his disciples. Uh-oh!
Juman kautta.
And I can say this is an interesting handling of the story, but it is making the Kingdom Come heroes a bit punch-happy.
Niin.
They weren't punch-happy before.
Not to mention, it's kind of uncharacteristic to see any person.
Well, we just find out Magog is influencing them to a point. Not mind control, but influencing them. But anyway, you have served our cause well this day. Cruel fate delivered unto you the Thunderman, 2 provocating demons intent on spreading pandemonium. Though you were unable to apprehend them, your faith in me held strong against their poisonous dishonesties. So clearly this is a different take on Gog, clearly. Still Gog, but not he merged with Earth or anything.
Yeah, considering he's that...
Not as giant, he's not a giant.
Yeah, and has something like...
And or is he a man-child?
Yeah.
Or God-child? For that you are to be complimented. And what say you to you, my loyal soldiers? We thank you, Gog, for his loving guidance. We serve the Ascension. We are happy to seek out the demons who masquerade us. They shouldn't be hard to locate. You know, I just realized I feel a bit similarities to the stuff with Starro in Batman Beyond. That we find out that for a number of years, they've been under Gog's sway. Of course, there's going to be enough times after this for things to get back on track, obviously.
Yo. No.
But you get the parallel, right? Just not as drastic as Batman Beyond.
Yo, that's how it was.
Like, nowhere near as drastic, but there's still parallels.
Yo.
Oh, they're not. They'll be brought before me soon enough. I guess, and word of our arrival got around. Plan? Against an army? Only one that makes sense. Retreat and regroup. Imposters, bind chains, bind imposters. Like, you'll go nowhere, pretender. You're coming with us. If you don't believe me, ask the demon Etrigan. Oh, dear. And buys us 2 seconds. Your strength is nullified by those chains. I gamble because you're vulnerable to magic, not because they're somehow unbreakable. They tend to adhere to basic physical laws, so long as they're solid. Enough with this. Open fire. Listen to us. We're on the same side. They're not interested. They've been brainwashed. But to what end? And this battle may not be winnable. You're Superman. I've seen you take on entire planets. They're out to capture, not kill. At least there's that. Then how do we throw the fight and then do we throw the fight to stall for time? We won't let you. Everyone, double down. They're trying to trick us. Then did they not have the martial arts Clark on your Krypton? If they did, seems like only one of us ever bothered to learn it. For the last time, we're not who you think we are. Thunderman claims otherwise. He says your villain is here to murder us all. We trust him. I'm familiar. I guess not everyone has a doppelganger here. Of course they believe me. They know not to buy your lies. David, put a stop to this. What has this world done to you? To me, my head is clearer than it's ever been. Firestorm, as we discussed. Kryptonite gas. Whoever had me as the one delivering the final blow just won the pool. Nice work, everybody. I'll take it from here. I think that means he told him to do a different type of kryptonite.
Yeah. Thinking back to the...
Yeah.
When playing with the all kryptonite from the native universe can affect the other kryptonite.
Yeah. I understand that these are the 2 assassins out for Sunderman's blood. David, who's your friend? You may refer to me as God, bringer of eternal light. I have been gifted the opportunity to gift this world's heroes with ascension to glory. It is not a responsibility I take lightly. No one knows who these 2 really are, though I have my suspicions. Superman, Batman, you might want to check for the Phantom Zone escapees, or maybe they were sent by the Brainiac Joker team. God, what do you want done with them? Fortunately for them, though they carry murder in their hearts, we hold all life sacred. Imprison them in the catacombs for now. Take your hands off me. That S, and you have no right to that crest. On you, it stands for failure. No one's interested in your rantings, imposter. This way, I'd raise David right, Superman. What has he become under your watch? Does it even matter to you and to you the path he's taken? Again, I have no clue what he's going on about. We've never met. They both may be insane on top of and everything else. You can still help me, him. There's still time. There's still hope. On Sunderman, the catacombs. I'll take them. Superman, you might... I'll take them. Superman, you might be right to go, and you might want to go rebuild the Kent farm. Come on. Even every villain from Engelman to Zeklon. God's put together one hell of a prison. And it looks like the heroes of this world have been working overtime to clear the board of opposition. God's throne. Did it look familiar to you? I could have sworn I've seen it before. Stop talking. But that throne. Superman, do what he says. Not another word. Dial back that tone. Can you not tell that I've lost my patience for taking orders? We're playing the long game here, Clark. I know what I'm doing. Just follow my lead, all right? No voices. Tell me anything. It's been so long since I've learned. Feed me, please. Feed me. Hank, I'm so very hungry. I'm sorry, we have nothing to. He's not hungry for food, Bruce. He's starving for knowledge. It's his sustenance. I recognize his man. God's throne belongs to him. It's his Mobius chair. This is Metron of the New Gods. This is my fault. I flew off the handle the moment I saw them, and I shouldn't have. Pretending they're enemies, all this theater is making me physically ill. Those men were once my friend and mentor. It's too late to tinker with destiny, David. The hour is upon us, and too much is in motion. The accumulation of our years of planning, our augmentation of your abilities, you are the key to the ultimate kingdom. So in other words, David doesn't want to do it, but he has to for God.
Yeah.
That okay.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Or like if he made a mistake in doing an emotional reaction and.
But he says the theatrics is making him ill.
Oh.
So he doesn't even like claiming they're murderers.
Yeah.
Your friends are good men, David. They mean no harm. As such, they will share in our great reward. They will, as well, all Earth's heroes be given their opportunity to prove themselves during the ascension. They deserve to know why they'll never go home. They will only rebel. Then maybe I should too. You won't. You know the cost. You know the lives that rebellion would put in the balance. No, that's as I suspected. What comes next requires you to find in yourself the strengths you have never known, David. You have become the ultimate warrior. Are you prepared for the next stage? I am. Let me transform you. No longer shall you carry the name Thunderman. From now on, humankind shall know you as Magog. Years I've been held here, and years I've been held here. For years, Metron is from the world called New Genesis, sister world to Darkseid's Apocalypse. Is Gog also from? No. And that, in a grave sense, is the peril before us. Once millennia ago, Gog lived in Urgod, a home of the Zen gods, a paradise known as the Third World. But his world became bathed in blood. Deity had turned against deity, butchering the peace. Gog alone condemned the war, refusing to choose a side. His insistence on strict order and pleas for peace unheard. He was exiled into the void as a result. Even as barbarism cleaved Urgard asunder, filling the cosmos with the flash of its destruction, leaving in its wake two molten bodies that over the eons became Apocalypse and New Genesis. As anticipated, the Urgardians were welcomed into Valhalla, a glorious afterlife, and awarded to great warriors, while Gog careened through emptiness, condemned to an eternal hellscape of darkness and solitude, left only to reflect on the heaven he alone had been denied. Eventually, his fall ended here on primordial Earth. He was utterly isolated, an ex-deity made of nothing but regret and pain, and perhaps a bit of madness. It was David's attitude, something about the severity of his accusations. His reactions made me suspicious, so I did some detective work. David's backstory, loving parents, an accident gave him his superpowers. We took all that at face value. Trouble is, I can find no evidence supporting it. What are you getting up at? That David made it all up? Bruce, I'm a human lie detector. When you're listening for lies, you don't automatically. I do. What if our doppelgangers are telling the truth? Alternate universes are only a scientific theory, but just because we've never discovered Earth's parallel to ours doesn't mean they don't exist. That's a big leap. Is it, Clark? And is it, Clark, if they really were strangers to Thunderman, how did they know his name was David? I've learned of Gog much later in my own travels. We became friends, serving together as silent midwives to the birth of humanity. So in other words, unlike before where he was knocked out, here he was active the whole time. As time went on, we began to care greatly for your species. Humans worshipped him. In return, they were instilled with Gog's moral absolutism, his unwavering laws of right and wrong. He was genuinely a force for good. But then, one day I shared with Gog the secrets of the multiverse, as well as those realms that lie beyond it. Among them, New Genesis and Apocalypse. He comprehended it all immediately, then fell silent for 10,000 years. In his vast citadel, Gog stood unmoving for millennia, as if waiting for something or someone. Soon after the boy David arrived on this world, Gog implored me for a favor too dangerous to grant. He pleaded for the use of my cosmic vehicle, the Mobius chair. I denied him. He took it nonetheless. Since then, you've been his prisoner. Who? Relax. We heard every word We come as allies, bearing gifts. I believe this belongs to you. He bugged you to investigate indirectly so as to go unnoticed by Gog. Is what I would have done. Well, hearing Metron's story, Gog's history, it was like emerging from a fog. Gog wasn't fully controlling us these past few years, but he has made us amenable to his thirst for worship, highly suggestible. We apologize. This is the first time we've ever met parallel versions of ourselves. It's eerie. It always will be. Thank God you've come around. But why has David been lying about parallel worlds? What is this ascension Gog referred to? We have to ask David once we separate him from his master about that and about his role in all this. That much I know. God plans to couple David's unique ability to traverse dimensions with the power of my Mobius chair, allowing him not only to push through the cosmic walls surrounding the multiverse, but to lead an army behind him, beyond the Speed Force wall, beyond the bleed, in order to wage an all-out war on Apocalypse? I'll be honest. I was expecting something less well-intentioned and less hopeless, and frankly, and that he's talking about a bloodbath, even with all Earth's heroes behind him. Even if they could win a war like that, how many of them would live to return, and who will be left to protect Earth from Darkseid's retaliation if they lose? That's just it. God isn't planning on victory. He doesn't want to win. The Ascension is his name for a battle in which there will be no survivors. God is deliberately leading Earth's heroes on a suicide mission. Dang!
Oh, the glorious death.
Yep.
Well, hail the glorious death.
Definitely. Magog. In my language, your name means gateway, for that is indeed what you are. So you say. Multiverse energy transfer complete. For centuries, I took steps to prevent humanity from discovering the multiverse. It was my responsibility. A mindful shepherd keeps his flock penned so that they may not stray. Then you came along. I saw you, careening through an infinity of universes to end up here, in a reality parallel to your own. Charged by your ship's engine with a unique transdimensional energy, most fortuitous. I knew that this energy, that you, were the key to the grand ascension. Gather our flock, David. It is time. Ask Earth's heroes to join us as we rise. Ask. It's not like they need persuasion. You've already bent their wills. I have benevolently nudged them for their own benefit. All this will be seen as justified. Their thankfulness will know no bound. Together, we will lead them to and through the gates of glory. If that's your description of Apocalypse God, then you're more deluded than we thought. Is that David? Right and ready as we discuss. Divide and conquer. Ugh. And Batman and I are no longer under your influence, Gog. You get one chance to explain yourself and stand down, or you'll answer for what you've done to our friends, especially David. Done to them? Done to them? I have had enough of your ingratitude! Batman, both of you, stop. Stop fighting us. You don't understand. He's trying to lift you up, to make you immortal. How? You've never been into Apocalypse. You've never battled Darkseid. I have. As strong as you seem to be, he and his forces are unimaginably more powerful. Why would you lead Earth's heroes into a fight you know you cannot possibly win? Why? To earn what you unjustly denied me so very long ago. The summoning, wait, what? To earn what you just, to earn what was, not what you, what was unjustly denied.
What was unjustly denied?
I misread it. The summoning has begun. War with Apocalypse is but a means to an end, the final stepping stone to eternity. Together, my army and I will ride to Armageddon. My people believed, knew that a warrior's only passage of Valhalla into heaven is to die in noble combat. So here's a suicide, a death wish.
Yeah. Hail the glorious death.
You can't hide from me. Not for long. David, it's still not too late to pull yourself away from God's madness. Shut up. God found me, raised me. You and Superman abandoned me. We never stopped searching. We're here now. Then God will take you along with us. David, wake up. He's instilled some sort of death wish in you. I've been watching you closely. You're not all in on his plan. I can read his hesitation all over you. Shut up. Stop tormenting yourself, David. Everything can be forgiven. Come back to our Earth. Come home. Why should I? I'm admired here. Where you come from, I was nothing but a failure. My God, David, Superman thought of you as a son. Stop wallowing in self-pity and remember, what did he tell you over and over again? That no matter what mistakes you might make, he believes in you. That you're worthy of his respect just by being who you are. That at heart, you're a good person and you deserve the chance to be a hero. That's not true. David, how many times do I have to say it? Superman never lies. You don't know what the multiverse, Gog. Why have you kept it a secret? You know about the multiverse, Gog. Why have you kept it a secret from this world? If you're so hell-bent on providing this grand ascension, why limit that gift to one universe? You irresponsible fools have no concern for humankind. Where I come from, a conflict between two massively powerful realms created a cataclysm that annihilated them both. Had there been any mere mortals caught up in that fray, they too would have perished pointlessly. They're so simply obliterated, condemned to darkness forever. Allowing someone to open a door between two realities could lead to the same Armageddon here. But I have come to care too much for the human race to ask the risk being the agent of its genocide. You're insane. I just realized this feels like, if at the very least, God was split in two. Because we see him being a pure pessimist. This is a pure cynic.
Yeah. That makes more sense. Good half, bad half.
Maybe he's not even a bad half per se.
Yeah, okay. Mature half, childish half.
Yeah, this one is more of a cold, cynical, death-seeking. But of course, this is just our assumption. You dared, and how dare you presume speak for the champions who have earned my offering? Your lies fly by at lightning speed. You're here and gone in a blink. Heaven is eternal. Why wouldn't you want me to lead you there? Maybe that's how you look to maybe that's how we look to an immortal God who has lived millennia, like fleeting sparks popping in out of nothingness. But our fate is not for yours to decide. Allow me to demonstrate the wisdom of my plan. I have bested you in combat, and now you shall reap the benefits. You will be the first to greet us in heaven, Superman. For yours will be a good death. You're welcome. Let him go. Who? Me, doing your bidding. I brought friends, just like you told me to. But now they know what's really going on. And trust me, they're not happy. Wonder Woman in the armor, Green Lantern in his suit.
That's now... So,
what?
So we saw Hal previously. That's Hal, not Alan.
You're right. Attack! Do your worst. I'll personally send each of you into the afterlife with my own two hands. And even now, the believers are coming after you. Are dealt with. The believers are coming. After you are dealt with, they will follow me as we march to war. What is that? It's called a boom tube. Oh my God! It's a bridge to apocalypse. And Clark, we need. Get up. We need you. Get up. And these people don't realize just how much is at stake. And Metron's all but confirmed it. Gog's ability to overpower free will. What does that remind you of? I don't. The end of free will. Clark, that's the anti-life equation. Finding it, then using it to dominate the stars has always been Darkseid's one goal. What if Gog has it? And then we can't let him get within a light year of apocalypse. There is no longer just a fight for Earth. It's for the whole cosmos. Your people are good, Superman. The best this world has. I'm not sure I'm sure, but it's not enough. And they need you, both of you, more than anyone ever has. This is a job for Superman. Hi. I'm sorry for everything. I only did what I thought was right, but I'm just glad you're free of him. You fought hard. That's the David I know. It's over. Come on. Help us shut down the boom tube so we can figure out what comes next for you and Gog both. No need. We're too late. Oh, crap! Now, I think that's a bit of a stretch having Gog have the anti-life equation.
Yeah.
I mean, it works.
Or some kind of...
But that's the other thing I just realized. This Gog does not have his reality warping.
Yo.
So I guess that's the other thing is.
Yeah, he could have literally used that.
But he never had it.
Change a lot of the surroundings to.
No, so I think that's the other difference. Then this one can control and empower, but that's it. But yeah, so. Darkseid senses something. We'll do what we can. The rest of you, run! David, come on, for God's sake, we need a moment to recover. After beating Gog, all we can do is slow Darkseid down. At best, God's piece of the anti-life equation. It's calling to him, keeping and dark side from
of the anti-life equation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the whole equation.
Well, which we always know it's always a piece.
Mm.
Keeping Darkseid from accessing what's in Gog's brain takes priority over anyone's pride. The Supermen are buying us time to do just that. Just go, David. Go get help. Gog said other heroes are already en route. Gather them. You should never have been caught up in any of this. I'm sorry. Go! 2 of you. Interesting. Batman, I could buy you some time. Flash, wait! You appear to have something I desire. Relinquish it. Hurry! Get Gog as far away from here as you possibly can! Go! Go! Ah! The bloodthirsty Amazon and the night ablaze. Your careless ferocity makes fools of you, for war is a cold game. Colder yet is the grave. I have come for the knowledge of the pretend God. Walls of flesh and bone cannot shield it. It is here for my taking, and you'll not survive its extraction. No! I'll stop you! Where 2 Kryptonians cannot. How exactly do you plan on besting Darkseid, Lord of Apocalypse, child? There is no route to victory for a dustmot such as yourself. There's one. The only reason you're here is for our prisoner, right? Okay, then. And he kills Gog! So much for him. What? Don't you turn away from me. Where do you think you think you could just... We're not done here. It is a common error amongst those who oppose me. You mistake anger for significance. Darkseid's machinations are galactic in scale. There is nothing to be gained by wasting my time on the children of Earth. Not this day. Then I won. I'm the hero. I took the win. Me. Against Gog. Perhaps. I think this is one of the rare times Wade has written Darkseid.
You
think you can write him?
Let's think back a little.
As for you and I, we both know better and know better. Until we meet again, you immature whelp. Whenever you cry out in your nightmares, it is Darkseid you will see. Oh my God! Can you believe it? It's over. We won. Who's ready to celebrate? David, what have you done? What are you talking about? Were you not watching? I beat him. I kept Darkseid from getting what he wanted by murdering Gog in cold blood. So that's 2 bad guys for the price of 1. Yeah, you should be throwing me a damn party. How many billions of lives did I just save? That's not the only measure of morality, David. Yes, you repelled Darkseid, but you crossed the line. Darkseid had you on the ropes. Victory was literally in his grasp. I ignored me. You had options. By God's own admission, every hero on Earth was already on their way. I told you explicitly to bring reinforcements so we could regroup. Instead, you did what? Hid until you saw you had no choice but to step up? Listen to them. Can you believe this? What, you too? Come on. I did what had to be done. You took the easy way. That doesn't make you a hero. It makes you a weapon. Ow! You had... That's going to haunt him, of course.
Yeah. Also, Batman says they had options.
Yes,
Give us those options. Tell what else he could have done.
Well, no,
besides other than just waiting for the reinforcements and so on. Okay, those he already said. What the other options?
Well, he could have attacked Darkseid, buy some time as well, other things like that. But he chose the easy one.
Yeah. It's the pragmatism.
Yeah, but at least this feels still better than other examples, let's be honest.
Yeah. Maybe they actually could have brought it off that if David recognized that it had the self-awareness to recognize he didn't like
that looks like Alan!
Now it looks like Alan.
But actors have I think it might have been a flub up. Actions have repercussions, David, and we cannot always predict their outcome. You do something like this, you set an example like this, you have no clue what dominoes might fall apart. You're in denial. You're jealous because I delivered justice. This is insanity. How is this world a worse place without Gog in it? Because we simply traded one killer for another. So what now? You throw me in Arkham? You put me in the fam zone? What exactly do you want from me? I wish I had an answer. I truly do. Well, until you figure it out, the hell was you. The hell was all of you.
If you this was a good example of if you kill a killer, the number of killers in the world stays the same. And
exactly.
Pretty much like I already also broke up in the VS movie. Sorry. I'll say, if you kill killers, then you fill
the void.
Yeah, how did I put it in the
I don't remember.
If you keep killing killers, you end up inspiring more killers to kill more killers.
Yeah.
And then the number of killers.
And that's exactly what happened in Kingdom Come. That's exactly what happened in Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Once God killed Joker and everything, he became the inspiration. Everyone didn't care anymore. You. Why didn't you teach him better, Clark? It's up to you to set the example, not him. People like David look up to you. They depend on you, and apparently that means nothing to you. That's not the first time you've accused me of not doing my job, and I don't like it. What makes me so sure that I don't care enough? Because I've seen it. I saw Clark. He needs to know. I would want to know. Just stop. You're angry because you're afraid, but I keep telling you, his future isn't necessarily yours. He's not you. Our world is not there and theirs. Nor need it be today or tomorrow. I gotta say, I love this. Dan Moore truly captures Alec Ross without being Alex Ross.
Yeah,
that is perfection, there, isn't it?
On this one panel, at least.
Well, and yeah, Spectre.
It's the less is more. Like he can do. Don't do too much. Have it in one scene and do it to perfection. And the less you need to do, the less you need to keep redrawing it, and then it loses.
Yeah, exactly. Spectre, similar to ours, I presume, a near omnipotent spirit beholden to some higher power. Nice to show up after the nick of time. My presence would not have mattered here. Events have played out just as destiny dictates. The crisis has passed. It is time I return you home. No, what? Not until I know what David and what becomes of David. Very well. Some years from now, David will make a decision he will come to regret profoundly. He will indeed take another life, one familiar to you both. As a result, the citizens of Metropolis will laud David for making them feel safer, proclaiming Superman's moral code to be obsolete, his effort no longer of value. This Superman, already broken by the Joker's crimes against his own loved ones, will be forced by David's ruthlessness to question his own effectiveness. Convinced the world has moved beyond him, he will surrender his role of protector to a younger cadre of heroes and retreat to his fortress. His absence inadvertently setting into motion a devastating chain of events beyond his control. Clark, listen to me, Clark. Don't you see? It wasn't that their Superman wouldn't help those people. No Superman's capable of that. His mistake was thinking he wasn't needed. But he was wrong. Every world needs a Superman. All my fault. I am a weapon. Nothing but a... Hello, David. Superman? My Superman? A long time ago, you asked what I wanted from you. I didn't have an answer. I do now. You can't change what you've done. The mistakes of the past can't be erased, but they can be tempered by the actions of the future. You've acknowledged your mistakes. Now burn your regrets. Use their fire to light a better past. Pick yourself up and just do better. After all that's happened, I still can and believe you can. I will. I promise. And that's it.
Oh, going forward.
I would say Thy Kingdom Come was the best of the follow-ups.
I agree.
I mean, this was good too, though. This was good too.
Yeah, this was more of the David story with Batman and Superman as the point of view characters.
Exactly. And I gotta say, this being actual Kingdom Come, David's backstory was an interesting one. Would you agree with that? Like this whole story of his, what led him to here and all that? A little convoluted, a little, but not by much. And you can definitely tell this is something that Wade clearly wanted to tell.
Ew.
And I would say, I prefer this Magog over what Jeff Johns and Alex Ross came up with because they left him hanging.
And for other writers too.
To totally botch.
Yeah.
But this and this redemption from him, I really like. Would you agree? Like this redemption of his was really good.
No. Huh.
But overall, I gotta say, I prefer Gog in the Thy Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
I thought Ray did a good job here, but he was too different. And again, our justification is only it's us no prizing it. You know what I mean? Because it's very different, but I'm not sure where I stand on Gog being more having a death wish.
Where do death wishes usually come from? From not having any point of going forward.
Which, to be fair for him, that's true. But I will say, though, this moment here, I felt made sense to set Magog down this path. Would you agree? You know, taking it's all like, I won, you should be celebrating.
Yeah, and then he
eventually... I think that the other problem is him killing and then expecting to be glorified. And then he gets it later. That makes it worse, doesn't it? Like, he was rejected it here, but then he gets it. He was rejected. The heroes rejected, giving him accolades, but the public gives it to him later with Joker.
Yeah, and then how long did it last?
It
wasn't until Kansas, maybe, when he recognized how much where that path led him to.
Exactly. So, but in here, at this point, he wants to be like the hero.
Yeah. And actually, knowledge that being a hero should be an act of selflessness. You don't do heroic for the attention. You do it because
I think it's more. Well, to be fair, I think it's more of a case where he desires that accolade so he can get past his self-pitying. You know what I mean? Like he's using the attaboys to get past his self-loathing. Like he hates himself. So he wants to be loved by others. So is it selfishness or... It sounds like it's complicated, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Because he's not doing it for glory's sake. He's doing it to fill the void that he keeps putting on himself.
Oh. Okay.
Is that one way of looking at it?
Yeah. Why does that remind me of the Plutonian?
True. Now, overall, with all now that we're pretty much all done with Kingdom Come, I gotta say though, I am so glad how well this has been handled. Even with the Kingdom being the worst, the weakest of it, it's still better than some other stories.
Yeah, at least it was okay. we can agree that it was a story. It was a sequel that was done too quickly.
Too quickly,
and it hadn't been thought to the
and was used to set up something else entirely rather than being a true sequel. Because it was used to set up hyper time.
Yeah.
Both say this. Even that, like compared to let's compare to a different elsewhere. The Batman Vampire trilogy. Look at how bad that got botched up. Except for the Len Wein stuff, look how much that has been mishandled.
Yeah, gosh.
But yeah, look at all this, because people respect Kingdom Come for the most part. There have been like convergence where it showed Kingdom Come, Superman chose the bad guy's side. I never got that.
Yeah, because we never actually saw him how he was going there. And the Kingdom Come, when it was shown actually as its own miniseries during the convergence, it was mostly just told from the Luthor side and the Suicide Squad side.
True. And then, or when he dealt with Superboy.
Okay, that was actually a proper one. That
was the problem. They understood the characters there.
Yeah, and not to mention, it was Superman who had lost his Lois, and he's actually got to see that Lois there.
Exactly. But I gotta say though, I do like how both through Alex Ross and Mark Waid and both like Kingdom Come and this were able to expand on Kingdom Come in ways that make it more fulfilling. In the case of Thy Kingdom Come, we got to get a bit more into Superman's head a little bit. But they didn't do that much as we wish. Whereas here, we actually found out why David became, or Magog became the way he did. That he was a good man. I think this was basically Mark Waid wanted to show Magog wasn't the bad guy purely. Misguided, yes.
It's the point where you think that every villain or so is the
hero of their own
story.
Yes.
And it was we had to say the story. It was, you could say it was flawed, but it didn't justify his actions, but it made you understand where it started from and where it and
I think also it put the hero in anti-hero for him.
Yeah.
I think that was the whole point, to show that there was a hero in Magog's anti-hero side.
Yo.
But yeah, and then but the fact that unfortunately now that I've realized that this Superman meeting Kingdom Come Superman does kind of not hardcore, but kind of throw in the face of that JSA story, because like, wait, they didn't meet before.
Oh yeah, that's good.
My only way of no pricing is saying, oh, he knew it was his. But then again, we could say this is why he trusted him.
That is actually probably a good way of putting it in. He knew and recognized and remembered.
That's why he trusted him off the bat.
Yeah. Batman, on the other hand, if he would have remembered him too, and just thought not to say anything.
Exactly. Now, we don't know if Spectre wiped their minds or anything. We don't know that.
Nee.
But still, though, overall, this has been great going over each of these, because it has been Kingdom Come. There's a reason why Kingdom Come is so beloved. But it's also like how none of these things have disgraced the memory.
Yeah, they're good compliments. Good
complimented, yeah. Again, in the Kingdom to a degree, that might have tainted a little, but not that much.
Yeah, it's at least tried to inoffensively, but still not very well, tell the story forward.
At least give it offspring.
And Thai Kingdom Come was good interlude. Wishing that it was a little longer and it was more focused on the Kingdom Come Superman in the modern day DC universe,
and in
modern day DC universe, and interacting with more characters and having them influencing him and him influencing them. That's
right. And then this just expanded, and it also shows a bit about the world that didn't taint it that much, because as they made clear, it's only been a few years they were under Gog's sway. Only a few years.
More or less than 5 years.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, exactly. I mean, all enough for David to become old as he did. But again, I do find this whole thing has just been fun, and like I said, just all this stuff has been good. Not just Superman, but yeah, Magog, Gog, all of it has been just so great. Is it as any of them match Kingdom Come? Hell no, but. I would say they've all been within the ballpark. They're all in the ballpark. The Kingdom might be all the way in the bleachers in the nosebleed section, but it's still in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You get how's that for an analogy? They're all in the ballpark. I would say Thy Kingdom Come is at the if Kingdom Come is home plate, I would say Thy Kingdom Come is first base. This story is the end zone. Not the end zone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The green. And like I said, the Kingdom is the nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
Not even on the game field.
Yeah. Just watching it from below the other
the
audience.
But again, just real good, and I'm just going in circles now. So thank you so much for joining me on here, Pika, Cinco, and everyone else. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
And may your heart be your guiding key.
Yep. Okay. Oh, wait. I didn't hit that.